don't you hate it when I say adults like we're not adults?
We're not adults, not really.
We're not. No, we're in denial. When they say, "Oh, well, enjoy it while it's fun because you're gonna have to really start working in the real world soon." Like as if as if like we haven't had jobs that require you to be on your feet for 12 hours. Like,
I love it. It's continuously just like, oh, you youngsters, you don't do anything. Cuts to a picture of us working so many hours to try and get tiny amounts of money so that we can live in our parents' houses until we're 30.
Honestly,
because we can't afford to get a deposit. But yeah, sure, we'll get in the real world soon.
Thing is, they meant it so like sweetly and like innocently. I wasn't.
They always mean it innocently. It's just that it sounds like someone's punching you in the gut and saying,
yeah,
it's all gonna come crumbling down for you.
And it's always people who haven't gone down like the higher education route as well. I find like because people who've been to uni and then are in like a profession, they're like, oh, the good old days back at uni, but they don't make it out as if it was an easy time. The only people I'd say who have it really easy are people who don't have to work on top of their degree, and you're still getting a degree. It's a full-time thing.
The thing that gets me is
it's full-time education.
They're in this mindset that all you do as a student is drink and have sex or whatever. Now that happens, but what they don't include is the crippling depression that overrides everything from the minute you set foot in it to the minute you graduate and beyond. So, welcome to episode 16 of the Walter Oates podcast. I can't. Oh.
It was when, when you said about sex, and I was thinking, neither of us did the sex bit very well for uni.
No, I was severely. If there was like a quota I was meant to fill, didn't hit it. Didn't help having a pandemic in third year, but I wasn't on track to start with, so.
Yeah, by the last semester of third year, oh yeah, that's why I didn't have a sex life.
It is what I'll be telling people in their as the years go on, people will think that this started much earlier than it did. So I can just start saying, yeah, I just couldn't do any of that stuff. It doesn't include the fact it's like he was in his room just curled up in a ball thinking, when will this end? When will I leave? Before we start, no, you know what? I'll come back to it. I've changed my mind.
Okay.
No, I've changed my mind. Welcome to episode 16, everyone. Hey, it's us, your favourite people, Payne and Preston. How are you doing? How's it going?
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to like speak to some of you guys. I haven't heard anything for a little while. What about you?
Are you still there? Are you there?
You still
everyone?
there? Are you listening?
Guys?
Actually, saying that, shout out to Abby from Toffees. She messaged me the other day saying that she's listening to the podcast, and I didn't register at the time. I thought she was listening to the last episode, but I realised it was Tuesday and it wasn't in the evening, it hadn't been out yet. So, or it was Monday, whenever it was. Either way, episode 15 wasn't out then. She said, oh yeah, I was just listening to like cheer me up or something, and I was like, that's not really
that cheery, is it?
Not the right episode, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't have jumped in with that one to cheer you up.
Yeah, and then I realised she's on about episode 14, so yeah, but yeah, thank you for listening.
It was good. I mean, I actually had a conversation with someone who I often believe is my harshest critic. It's my sister, who has been slowly catching up with them. She's like way back, because our house is tiny. We don't have a dishwasher, so while you guys are all just loading up your dishwashers and pressing go, we're using our hands. We're using. They're so shriveled all the time because it's no okay. But so she's like, yeah, I just do it when I'm doing a washing up because it's quite a boring activity. So you got to have something to enjoy.
Yeah.
So I normally get a range of responses which go from kind of, why did you say that? Swallow It, Come On has come up several times.
Yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, go and find that clip because you'll love it.
I feel like we should do merch. Swallow It, Come On.
What, with a picture of me on it?
On the back.
I'm so
Swallow
worried.
It, Come On in the front, and then your picture on the back.
I'm so worried about that. That feels like I'm not. Oh God, what if I become the Swallow It, Come On guy? Oh no!
Catch me outside, but
Oh.
Swallow It, Come On. I actually hope this podcast becomes famous just so you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because that's the only time I've ever said anything stupid. Me just it's the war memories there, just like, oh no, so many things. But she did also come in and she was like, so I was looking through your playlist, which you can listen to, guys. It's available. Go check it out. Links in our bio. She listened to the playlist and she was like, oh my God, there's loads of artists on here that I know but never listened to these songs before. And I was just like, yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. So I think what happened is she basically says that we're doing good, just without ever using those words.
Okay.
But if you,
thank you, Joe.
If you're listening and you not my sister, if anyone else is listening, if you are still there, hi, and you think that we're doing something good, just tell us. Jump in the DMs and tell us. And do it so that it can because I don't know if you've seen Kat, but have you seen our DMs lately on Instagram?
Well, I think I've seen a lack of notifications.
Oh my God. I mean, oh God, is it hot in here? What I was going for was the messages we get. I mean, it seems to keep happening. But when we do get notifications, and guys, remember, liking our clips and stuff, you just have to, if you just click like and then scroll past it, you give me an extra 0.1% of serotonin, which when you're like me, you'll take every 0.1% you can get. So just hit that button. Often the notification we get is underneath the clips, and it's promote it on at something or other, blah 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 blah. Occasionally I like to reply to them with a sassy message.
Yeah, I just don't even register them in my brain anymore.
Oh, sometimes I like to have a bit of fun and sassy replies to them. So I like to come back and go, yes, please do. You know what? Promote it for free. Don't even tell me about it. Just share it on your story if you liked the episode, and then it will be spread to a wider audience. And that tends to actually stop them for a couple of days. They always come back. But we also...
Oh my God, they then send you like a pre-written out paragraph. $20, and you're like... That's already a bad start.
Exactly. The DMs as well. We've had people like, oh, would you be interested in doing this, that, and the other?
Don't even register them. I have so many on my account as well that and Pierce's account. I don't know.
I've started getting them on my stream account, and I'm like,
I don't know where they come from. I think it's when you follow like brands and specific people, they then find you from that. Or use certain hashtags. I don't fucking know.
I hate it. Look, please, if you're listening, just say any. Tell me you like the clip or something, or tell me you hate the clip, or give me something so that when I see it, I can go, wow, a real person has seen this, and not just a bot that's going to tell me to promote it on shittypodcastrecords.com or something like that.
What we've done here is instead of done the, hey guys, like and subscribe to my channel, what we've done is a lot more desperate.
Yes. Yes. I'm openly saying to you all now, it's episode 6. It's Sunday, the 30th of May, 2021. It's episode 16, and I'm getting desperate. I need something. I need some validation in this world. Please, give me anything. But I know that you're out there. I know you're there, and all I'm asking is just one like. One like. But like, if you give me like one like and nothing else for the next 10 episodes, I'll be happy. Please. Please. Look at this face, okay? You see this? You see these eyes? There's desperation in here. I'm lonely, I'm
can't
sad,
see you.
and I need something. Yeah, but come on, you know what it looks like. You know the
I know your
desperate
face
look.
well. I know your face well.
Sadly.
I like completely zoned out because I was thinking, have I forgotten my uni password? Because I haven't had to use it in so long because I've not had to like log into the computer.
Actually, yeah, Kat, what is your uni password?
Again, like I'd never changed it. I remember my lecturer said in the first week, you know, like week 0 when you have like you meet your lecturers and stuff, and remember his one piece of advice was make sure you change the stupid password that they give you because so many people forget them. And I was like, I'll just memorise mine, I'll be fine. I'm the exception. And to be fair, I haven't forgotten it, touch wood, until now, and I'm not. I remember parts of it. I don't know if I remember the whole thing. We made it 4 years though, so
I psyched myself out. I made myself forget my password.
No.
Because I had to log in. I had to log in on my phone, like something for work. And I was like, oh, I know my password. It's this. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's happened to me before, okay?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, I must have just hit the wrong button by accident. So I typed it in again. Then I like did it again, but changed one of the capital letters. Did it. And you do it enough times and it locks you out of your account. And immediately I remembered the password. But it's too late.
I hate that.
I can't use it again. I had to change my password to something different.
Oh yeah, and then you can't use the same password. Yeah.
And I am now constantly taunted by knowing it now, but never ever needing it again. And it happened to me with my bank card last year. Kind of what I was doing, I was sending money to someone for something or other. And so I was trying to set that up and using the card reader, and it's like, oh, put in your PIN number. I'm like, okay, cool. Put it in. And it's wrong. And I'm like, I know my own card PIN. Like, come on now.
That's what happened to me.
You do it again, locks out. And the second it happened, I was like, you fucking idiot. You're a dumbass. Because I knew what I'd done is I just mixed up two of the numbers. But for some reason, I was like, I thought I was better than the machine for a second. You know? I was like, no. I know my own PIN number. You're wrong. So I was just pressing the same numbers again. What is that?
Well, that's what happened with me at the Audi. You know, I told you about the Audi issue. Yes. But then did I tell you that I got I can't remember if I said this to you or not. I got a letter with my PIN reminder, and it was the PIN I was fucking putting in. I was better than the machine.
See, you were. I'm just wrong.
I don't know whether, apparently Pierce said, so we went back, we still go to the same shop even after that embarrassment, and he said that yesterday he had an issue putting in his PIN because it's really sensitive, their machine, so it double put in the first, and if I wasn't looking the first time, maybe it
could happen.
I don't know, but
it could happen.
I don't want to say I'm better than the machine, but I was putting in the right.
The thing is, I think I thought I was. And I don't know why I thought that. It was a level of arrogance that I'm not really used to. Where I was like, no, the machine doesn't know my PIN. I know it. And what I actually learned is the machine does know my PIN. The machine obviously knows my PIN because it's a computer that just works.
Designed.
I am a human being. I am a complex human organism that can be easily killed at any moment by swallowing water in it. For some reason deciding it wants to go into my lungs instead of my stomach. You know? Like I could die any moment from a simple biological misunderstanding. I'm clearly not better than the machine. And I just need to accept that and move on. So that's something that I think I've learned in life is that ultimately as we're a complex organism. We have the ability to speak and understand things and imply things and all the rest of it. But if you take a drink of water and it just goes to the wrong place, you could die.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was playing Sims because I hadn't played Sims in ages. And I was like, it's been enough time that I wanted to design houses. I'm not that interested in the Like, you know when you played Sims to death, so like I just wanted to build houses. So I went on to build houses, and then I was just like looking at the swimming pool, thinking about, you know, when you drown your Sims and set fire to them and all that shit. And I was thinking, oh, they're so dumb that they just don't get out of the way. And I was thinking, actual humans die of a lot more stupid things than that. Like, I've actually just Googled the top most ridiculous deaths. And the first one is death by overconfidence.
Oh dear, that could be virtually anything.
Oh god.
Well, like, is it like in a car or on a motorbike or something, and like going too fast?
It says, why are you dodging like this? They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance and then got sniped. Oh, so this was a general in the American Civil War who, was in battle and then said, why are you dodging like this? They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance and then got shot with a bullet to the left side of his face.
Fuck's sake.
That's not like... That's ironic, but it's not that funny. Death by politeness.
What, holding the door open so long that you forget how to eat and so you die? Is that where this is going? Like...
These are not as funny as, like, I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, you ran into an electric fence because you thought it'd be funny and then you had a heart attack and died. Actually, no,
that's less funny now that you've said it.
Yeah.
Less funny now that you've said it.
Maybe this is like...
Turns out death is quite depressing. Who knew? Tune in next week for more strange insights. Look, do you want a funny... This one is funny, okay. Let's go back to the water. Okay, so I'm on a work call, okay?
Okay.
It's a fairly important...
Oh, so this comes from, like, from real life experience.
This comes from real life experience, and it'll be funny for you because it's me, and therefore immediately more funny than someone just doing something dumb. Also, I'm still alive, so, you know, it's funny. And, it's an important thing, like, it's a meeting, there's a couple of, like, I am easily the lowest paid on this call, you know? Like, there's no doubt in anyone's mind. I am definitely the youngest, lowest paid person on this call. And so we're talking, whatever. I've said a couple of things. It's been fine. And I'm really thirsty because, whatever. So I just take a drink.
I'm embarrassed for you already.
And it's like the world, genuinely like the world goes into slow motion. It just like everything slows down. It's like the light closes in on me, like things are getting colder. And I just drink it, and for some reason, right? For some reason, for all the many biological processes that go on in my body, the water decides, hey Chris, I've been having a think, and I think it's really... I always go to your stomach, okay? It's time for you to see what it would be like if you had water in one of your lungs. So it just hops down there. Immediately, I'm there, like, choking, like, really going for it. And luckily, no one seems to notice it. But I'm like, all I can think about, more so than not dying...
About being polite.
...is about turning off my webcam so that they can't see me dying. And I'm just there, and I can't see, my eyes are streaming because my body is just going, get that shit out of there. Why did you do that? And I'm just like, no, you don't understand. So I finally click this button, and I'm just like... I think the preview or whatever was on this. I think I've been changing my video settings or something dumb before that. So I just, I turn off and I'm like recovering whatever. And I turn to look at this video preview. It's the most... the worst I've ever looked in my life. Like, it genuinely looks like I died for a split second and then was reanimated and told, nope, you gotta keep going. And it's just like... And someone asked me a question just as this is happening, and I'm like replying, but like my webcam is still off. I'm like, yeah, it's yeah. Can you give me a second?
I hate that so
Actually,
much.
I was just like, what? How have I managed to like? I've learned things. I can drive a car. I can edit a video. I can do all this stuff.
But you can't.
But I can't fucking drink a glass of water. What's wrong? Why am I like this? Why am I so vulnerable to the tiny things? And it just, it was a scary moment in my life. And I don't know how I feel about it. It reminded me of my mortality in a way that I'm not comfortable with.
Chris. Fuck sake.
It's not my fault. I didn't look. Obviously, if I could control liquids that enter my body, I would say, do not go to the lungs. That's where air should be, not you. But for some reason, the water was like, hey, Chris, you want to see what this is going to be like? It wasn't fun. Don't do it. Drinking water, make sure it doesn't go into your lungs.
Don't drink water, guys.
Don't drink water. Don't hydrate.
Are you going to use your politics degree?
Only when we tear down the system.
Okay.
No, I've said this multiple times. Like, I am a complete bastard. Okay, like, massive dickhead. There's no getting away from that. But I don't think I'm enough of a dickhead to survive in politics.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I think in politics you genuinely have to, and like, okay, it's not really you have to be willing to separate what you feel and what you do, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be willing to make a decision which you know is going to impact some people badly because it will benefit some people quite a lot.
Yeah, like the better of two evils sort of thing.
I find that almost impossible. I hate it. I hate doing things like that.
I think it'd be really, like,
I think it would send me
health.
really, like, I could do it, but I think I'd constantly be massively depressed because I'd always be aware of, like, the downsides of my decisions. And I think the downsides would always impact me more than the people I'd helped because I'd be like, help these people, but also here's some people who I've, like, really affected badly. Or one of those things where you don't think about all of the consequences, or you don't know all of the consequences. So you make a decision, and at the time it's fine. And then in 10 years' time, it turns out that your decision made it more difficult for, someone to get a job or something. And you're like, shit, that was a really bad... So I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I have that kind of thing. I understand it, and I like understanding it, and, like... able to, I feel like when I vote for something or anything,
you're educated.
I'm educated to make the decision and
spend a lot of money to be educated on your vote.
Basically.
Yeah, sorry, Steve's just come in.
It's all going on for you. I'm not gonna lie.
And I've also realised a massive fuck up that I've just done as well.
Go on.
You're gonna hate me.
Probably.
You're gonna hate me. I've realised I'm not wearing headphones. That's why things pinging through. You're going to be able to hear your audio through mine.
Well, that's going to make the edit interesting. I always like a challenge, I always like a challenge. Plus, it's a bank holiday tomorrow, so, it's not like I'm working.
I did so well.
You were doing so well. You really were.
I knew I always thought it was going to be that the audio got deleted. I didn't think it was going to be me being a fucking idiot with the...
I mean, the good thing, imagine if we'd released the metronome episodes, I'm going to call it. Imagine if everyone had to listen to your audio, but the whole time through it was just the click of a metronome in the background. Because that did happen. The cat did send me the audio of a metronome in it once. Like, if there's one thing that I feel like we've learned from the past, is that all of these things can be massively overcome in the edit. The edit is a magical place, Like, strange things happen that you find
Why
solutions.
couldn't it have been you, though? If it was you, then you're like, you'd be dealing with your own problem, not my problem.
And it would be funny if it was me. Because it's always me. I'm going to make a note here. Episode 16. The one where cat fucks up.
Oh my god, don't say the one where... did you see the Friends reunion? I mean, you're not even a massive Friends person, are you?
I'm not really. Did you see it?
Yeah.
I've read a lot about it, and I actually was interested to see what you think about it.
It was really good, what they did.
Also, sorry, just to clarify, I am calling it the one where cat fucks up.
Brilliant.
No worries, carry on.
I love that. That's so in keeping as well with the whole friendship.
It all works.
So had there was two things that I wanted to see this week, which was coming on from last weekend, which was the Coldplay at Glastonbury, and
we'll come back to that. I'm ready.
We'll come back to it, yeah. And I was like looking forward to the Friends reunion, and then I completely forgot. I think because it was Katie's birthday and my mum's birthday's the day before. I think I just had too many things like lined up in my head, and because I don't have Sky, I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to see it anyway. And then last night, no, not last night, the night before, Piers goes, "You can't look at the screen for a minute. I'm gonna put on a film." Or so he was cheeky, like sneaky about it.
Did Piers find a legitimate source?
A legitimate source.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love legitimate sources.
So he put it on the TV, and I was like, "Oh my god, no, I'm not emotionally ready," and I literally just cried through the whole thing, because like, it was just so, I don't know, it was weird seeing these 20-somethings turn into 50-somethings, like their whole lives had changed, and it reminded me of the last day of school, when we were just all crying the whole day. It just reminded me of like that feeling, when they saw the set and everything. It was just, you're like, I can relate to that, and I'm sure a lot of other people can as well. I just felt, oh.
Thing is, right, it wasn't, I'm not a big Friends person. It's not like my first choice to watch. I haven't seen them all. It's all like, I'm proud to, it's just their thing. It's how it's gone. But for a lot of people, it was a really big thing, and I respect that, and I like that. I think everyone has their thing. Everyone has their thing that they enjoy. And I think Friends was a big part of people's lives. I think people, like sometimes there are things that just like, they're like the soundtrack to those years or whatever. And I think for a lot of people, Friends was like just that thing. It defines that kind of period for them very well.
Oh my god.
And,
yeah, like...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you go.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, like, I started watching Friends when I think I was 8 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I didn't understand a lot of the jokes at the time. But I thought I did, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I think I was ill one day, and I was off school. It was the weekend or whatever, and my mum had the whole collection on DVD.
Yeah.
Other than like, season 8, 9, 10, which ended up on DVD. But I had those, and I ended up with a TV in my mum's old TV in my room, which had a video player, and I just remember like binging them, and then from that moment it just became like such a comfort, like such a homey feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they just cracked me up so much. I could watch the same episode like 50 times and it doesn't annoy me, which I can't say for many other...
No. I think when you find something like that, it's a nice feeling, But yeah, I think it was really... I did catch a couple of bit. I saw a couple of clips and things, and I was like, you know what? This is like a good reunion, because I was thinking about... It's kind of unrelated, but it comes back to it, right? Like, I saw someone who I knew from school the other day, or like we're at school at the same time. I didn't really know them that well. I didn't particularly like them. So I saw him, and I fucking hated him, right? Like, I really, really, really hated him, because, like, he just took this dislike to me. I don't know if it was just because, like, I was one of the nerdy kids or whatever. Like, I don't know. But it was clear that he just didn't like me. At any opportunity to, like, rip the shit out of me or whatever, like, he'd take it. Like, especially if it's, like, sports or things. Like, I'll say it a million times, I am not good at sports, especially things like football. And a surefire way to feel worse about it is someone to tell you consistently that you're shit at it. Very soul crushing. I've gone back into my school days. But, like, he's a dickhead, and I still... It's very annoying, because I'm someone who's grown as a person. I feel definitely stronger. When I see him, I still get that feeling of huge anxiety about, oh, shit.
Yeah.
fuck, and I go back in. And it's for those like reasons. It's people like that, and the people who like awkward things have happened, like friends that you fell out with. I think the idea of a school reunion is possibly one of the most horrible things I can possibly imagine in life.
Especially from our school.
Oh god, if I got invited, I just wouldn't go. It wouldn't happen. Or if I was gonna go, I would have to basically, I would need to latch on to my friends and be like, look, if you, if you're gonna go, I'm gonna stick with you the entire time, because a lot of these
The
people
thing
I
is, you stay
dislike.
friends with the people that you actually had a connection with. I think that's the real thing, and the only reason why there's like you'd want to meet up with people is to brag about how well you're doing. I think is
That's the thing, and even then, like, it wouldn't make like. Oh, what would I say to these people who didn't care about me? Like, oh, well, I got massively depressed and massively anxious, and it became a real issue for me, and I overcame it, and now I'm a trained network analyst. Like, these people don't care, you know? Like,
No.
it wouldn't make a difference to them because they'd still be like, oh, it's the nerdy kid who liked Pokemon and can't play football or something shit like that. So it's not worth it. But, you know, so it's things like that that got me thinking about how a lot of reunions and things can be really shit because they're not the same as they were. Like, either it's not something that needs a reunion, or there are some shows that like they finished and it's great, and then they've done a reunion and it's a bit like, that didn't work. Like,
oh my god, I hate it.
do you remember like the In-Betweeners had a
shit. reunion
a few years ago?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so there's like, I mean, I wasn't ever really massive.
I saw the film.
No, it was a few years after that, and they had like a reunion, whatever, because it was like whatever anniversary, 10th anniversary, whatever. And people were really disappointed. They hated it because it wasn't what they wanted it to be. And I think the thing was that these guys were playing 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, whatever, and that they were now in actual life, like real life, they're like 30s, nearing 40s. They're not those people. Like, they're not those people, and it was very weird and strange. A lot of people didn't like it. But the thing about the Friends one is I don't think it was trying to be like hey, let's pick up where we left off. It was actually acknowledging that there's been all these years.
Sit down and a conversation,
And these people have like, I think they did enjoy it. You know, I think you could see that they enjoyed what they'd done. Just because they wouldn't go back to it, they enjoyed it, and you could see that they were still like, it felt like when you were looking at them, like you could have placed them back in that environment however many years before when they were filming it, and they would have been the same people. But they weren't trying to do it. It was just natural. It was good. It looks like a really fun thing. It was like a reunion, but a good kind, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I like they did it spot on. Considering that COVID and stuff pushed it back, and I think they were meant to have quite a few more people than they actually did have. I think they were gonna have Ben, Ross's son, come on. I think they were gonna have a couple of the other kids as well, maybe. But I think because of COVID it didn't happen. But no, I think they did a really good job.
It was sweet. It was nice. I think it gave, even as someone who wasn't really that interested in it, it gave you that kind of like nostalgia kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't like you sat there like, oh, I'd love another series now, because it was clear that that's not going to happen. And if it did happen, it would ruin it because it wouldn't be the same. But it was just a bit like a group of friends looking back at something they'd done. A group of friends, haha. Looking back at what they'd done and just kind of, it's like sharing memories, but like it just all was it looks really nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Unlike a real life reunion, which often is shit, this was a nice thing. So I'm glad that like.
Yeah, it went well.
I'm glad that people were able to have that, because I think people should be allowed to enjoy their things. And with that spirit in mind, as we head into the music segment,
I was just going to say, can I pee quickly?
Then, with that spirit in mind, as we don't head into the music segment, and I instead drink a cup of tea.
Okay.
Enjoy your pee. So, I hope you noticed my smooth segue into the music
it was.
section.
I appreciated it.
Thank you. And this week I even called it the music segment instead of the music round. So there you go. I've stopped making it sound like it's some weird quiz show which is going to go into
news round.
So last weekend, one of the things that makes me feel happy, in the same way that Friends makes me
Oh,
feel
here we
happy,
go. Yeah.
it's my boys Coldplay, who did a little set at Glastonbury. Now
They had a nightmare, didn't
interestingly,
they?
you weren't there to experience it firsthand, which is probably a good thing because it went a bit wrong for Glastonbury.
Yeah.
It didn't go so well. It wasn't the best moment. So obviously with COVID going on, they decided. I respect it. Instead of like holding out until the last minute, they made the decision early on that it was going to be virtual this year.
Yeah, I know. I respect that.
I thought it was good. It's fair enough. They said they were going to live stream it. It was all going to be good. Absolutely great choice. Great choice. You know, like do it early, and even if it is safe to do it, well, you know, it was the best choice. So I was really excited. It's now technically the first Glastonbury I've ever been to. In that kind of direction. I even got a poster. I've got a poster. Virtual Glastonbury. That might be the only virtual Glastonbury that ever happens. And I was there for it, you know? That's a nice feeling, if nothing else. But the live stream went a bit wrong. I think what happened is, you know, it happens. They maybe, it's not that they weren't expecting there to be so many people watching, but it probably wasn't ready for that many people. And so a lot of people tried to access it and were logging in and being told that their code to access the site wasn't valid. Which, you know, when you've paid, because you had to pay for the tickets, like it wasn't free, you had to buy the tickets and things.
It's like 20 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like, and I was happy to do it because they were also giving money to I think it's Stagehand or Stagehands. I'm gonna double check that. But it was going basically to support people in the music industry who had lost their jobs or, you know, like through COVID and had like lost their income because obviously it's been really tough for the arts. So it's really good. The live year didn't go so well for them. They ballsed it up basically, and so they ended up just sending a link around. I was like, yeah, you can just watch it here. There's no code for thing. Basically, they made it free. Some people were asking for refunds, and I was like, no, I'm happy. I'll take it anyway.
You paid for something and then you got what you paid for.
I got what I paid for. Just because other people got it for free, I'm not gonna like. Plus, like, you know, if that money then goes to support people as well, like, fucking why not? Like, life's too short to be arguing over 20 quid. But so that happened, and you know, luckily it didn't. I got this link before Coldplay started their set. Fucking great, and actually, because I got there just before Coldplay started, it introduced me to another song, which we'll go into in a minute or later on. But Coldplay did their first set, first time I've seen them doing anything like live for a while, and I fucking loved it. I don't know if you actually saw it in the end.
No, that's my plan for this week is to find time to have a looky-loo.
I enjoyed it because they just embraced the awkwardness of it. There's a point where like they had like a soundboard going, and so there was just like this part between two songs where like they're having this like joke around. It's like, oh, the crowd's here, and they press a button, like you hear all the applause, whatever, and they're like, oh, it was before Viva La Vida, because they were like, oh, so what song do you want next? And so they pressed the button, and it was like the cheering from Viva La Vida. So it was pretty funny. But I fucking loved it, and I don't really care what anyone else thinks. But they did play their new song, Higher Power. And I wondered what you thought of the song. Because it was released a couple of weeks ago, I think. It was released...
Yeah, I think we briefly mentioned it when on the...
It wasn't released when we did the episode. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. We'd heard some of the like...
Oh, we heard
things, but I don't think they actually released it. And I have been waiting to talk about it for 2 weeks. So, yeah, what do you think?
I really like it. I mean, they've been on trending TikTok for like since it came out now, which is good. And yeah, it was like I think we spoke about it briefly, I think. And I said it gave me Milo Xyloto vibes, but like current, and I really liked that.
I love it. I genuinely love the song. Like, it's not just
Yeah,
a fanboy
it's a
thing.
car bop. It's a car bop.
Oh my god, it's such a car bop. Like, it just like because I watched it when they dropped it on. Obviously, it was on a Friday at midnight or whatever. So they had the whole like premiere thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they played it, and I was just like, this is the good shit right here. This was like serotonin directly into my veins.
Yeah.
It is a lot like Miley Cyrus saying. It has that kind of
Yeah.
same feel, and that's one of my favorite albums. Like,
Do you
Hurts
remember
Like
when I
Heaven is
hated
my
it?
favorite song still to this day.
Yeah, it's a fucking banger.
I love it.
Do you remember when I was like, I just can't get into it. I just don't.
I do remember that because
I
it was
don't
like
know why. It
a
took me
punch to the
ages.
gut.
And there was a light bulb moment where it just suddenly I was like, no, I'm allowed to. I think in my head it was like, this is too poppy, and like I had such a thing against pop, and now I want to work in the pop industry.
I think the thing is, right, this is genuinely a problem. A lot of like, say, like in like the community, the fandom, if you will. There's
Yeah.
a group of people who would call themselves old players, and they basically dislike everything after Viva La Vida
Oh,
because they're like, oh, it's too poppy, it's too commercial. But I'm like, all right, so it sounds mainstream. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
no.
You know,
It's
like
not.
that's not a bad thing. I think what they do with it is they make it their own. Like
Yeah.
it is mainstream. Like fuck's sake, they did a song with Avicii, like when
Yeah.
Avicii was with us and kind of in his like
And it's
prime whatever.
the chain smokers. I was gonna call them the smoke chainers.
Smokes
Like...
the chain smokers. God, yeah, all of that stuff. Like they've just they do the mainstream, but they do it and they make it their own thing, and I love that. And I think this song is like it kind of taps into the whole like 80s retro vibe, which seems to be quite strong at the moment. Like I
Yeah.
could be talking out my ass, but definitely out of the lo-fi stuff, it feels like there's been like a real nostalgia for the 80s stuff, and with Stranger Things and things like that. Like I think that's becoming a bit of that's definitely a trend in music at the moment, is that like 80s feel, like very
Yeah.
synthy, very electro based. I think it's just a fucking banger. Like
It is. It is. There's not even like that much to say about it other than it's a fucking bop,
I think it's
and
great.
I'm gonna be listening to that
I'm excited for
over
the album.
summer.
On the basis of that, I'm
Yeah.
excited. It was like a very summery song, very fucking awesome. I love it. I look, just give it a chance. You don't have to. You don't have to tell anyone if you like
I
it.
think
You know?
I think they're gonna do a similar thing to This Is Smooth. Moving on to Sigrid, I think that
Yes.
both Sigrid and Coldplay, they're gonna be dropping some fucking hot shit this
Oh
summer.
my
I
god.
think.
Can I say, right? I when I saw you added to the playlist,
Did you do a
I
little
wanted
happy
to send
dance?
you a massive love heart. Like I was like, we get to talk about it because
Sigrid.
oh, it's awesome. I can't
It's one of-
even.
I'm so sad I didn't go to Sigrid with you.
Oh my god. That was
I don't even know
amazing.
why I couldn't go, but
I can't remember.
I wish I was there.
It
I
was
have
awesome.
seen Sigrid. I just I saw her at Reading Festival, so it wasn't like her own show.
It was really cool when I saw her at O2 Academy in Birmingham. And it's kind of cool because it's not like a small venue, but it's not
It's not humongous.
huge. And like you kind of expect, oh god, it's going to be all teenage girls and then me there. Genuinely not, which is a weird. Like there are people older than me, like people you definitely wouldn't expect to be Sigrid fans there, and you were like, fuck, this is awesome. I loved it. It gave me that good feel. This song is like, I feel like it was like, I listened to it on loop quite a lot. Yesterday, because I was just like, this is fucking brilliant stuff. I don't even know why, because it's not. It's really simple, like kind of thing. Like it's not. It's not like it's the most complex song in the world.
No.
But it genuinely just gives me all the good feels.
It's positivity. It's like a song about, loving yourself, which I just think is so.
It is. It
nice.
is. And it
like
has.
Sigrid just seems like the most. I don't know how with PR and shit. I think just it helps that. I don't know if it's PR or if that is actually how she is, but She just seems like the nicest person on the planet, the most humble, the most sweet, caring person. And it's like, how? You're so cool. How are you not a bitch?
I got the same thing when I saw her live. I was just like, I really thought you'd be a bit of a bitch like in this situation, but
you know,
no.
you're like, you should be a bitch, but you're not.
Yeah, like you're clearly doing well. You're clearly successful, and you're just like bringing people in, and like it was
She's
a
just
really
living
awesome.
her best life.
She's great. It feels like she's younger than us, and I think she's actually like a year older than us.
She's actually like 26 or something.
She's like 26 or something.
I don't know. Let me have a look. I might be wrong.
She's definitely older than us.
It says she's 24.
24. There you go.
There you go, yeah.
She doesn't seem it. Like it ruins my mind, but she's just amazing, and I love the vibe. You know, like the chorus. Like I love who I see looking at me in the mirror. Like
yeah.
That's the kind of feeling we all want to get to that point, right? Like, where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you're a fucking great person.
Yeah.
I love that. It's another one of those summer songs, you know?
Yeah, and I think if that's what she's bringing out in spring, then we're in spring, right?
We technically, yeah, we're still in spring. Yeah.
Then what is she gonna have for this summer? This is what I mean. There's been people dropping summer bangers recently, like with Tom Grennan. Oh my God! Sorry, this random detour. You seen Tom Grennan is doing a song with Calvin Harris?
I think I did see something about this. You know.
You know, and you're like, holy fuck! I literally, my jaw dropped. I tell you, like when I was like, what the fuck? Summer's gonna. I think this summer for music, because everyone, you've got to think, for over a year has been in the studio. Everyone wants to write that #1 pop hit, so we're gonna have some glorious shit this summer.
That's the thing. Like out of what has been a shitty situation in virtually every way, I think it's going to become this explosion of new music, of new content, of new stuff that like in some cases people have been sat on this for a little while. Like maybe they were going to release it last year and they've actually held back and thought, okay, no, we can keep working on this. We got a little bit of time. It's going to slap so hard.
Honestly, like if you think with Pierce, he has done an album and an EP since lockdown. And we released This Ain't Pop just before lockdown, in April. Oh wait, that's April. Yeah, just after lockdown, then started. So we released that EP then. So since then, Pierce has literally done an EP and an album by himself, other than one track. And you think, like, with people with producers, people with, like, who are helping with the songwriting process, all of that, how much shit is going to come out this summer? It's going to be insane.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've heard some of the stuff Pierce is working on.
And I'm so excited.
There's some good shit, and I'm so excited to hear it. Like, genuinely, like, it's not even because, like, he's my friend and just objectively, I'm like, it's gonna be good. Like, all I'm saying is road trips with me are gonna be fucking lit after kids.
Oh my God, can we just, like, drive
Bangers
to Cornwall
all the
just
way.
so we can listen to music on the way?
Literally, so many, but I'm not gonna be bored of driving for a while.
Do you want to go Wombats?
We can go Wombats, sure. Yeah, what do you think of this one?
I actually, right, you might have seen me do this. I was doing uni work, and I think I've said before, sometimes I click on what you're listening to if I don't actually know the song, so I can concentrate and not be singing along to the lyrics. And I saw that you were listening to this song by the Wombats, and I was like, I don't think I know this song. So I clicked on it before you put it in the playlist, and I was like, this is great, I love this, and I saved it, and then you put it in the podcast tunes. I was like, brilliant.
There we go.
Job done for the week.
There we go.
Yeah, no, just it's difficult with the Wombats because we have such high expectations of them that, you know, it's difficult to impress, but I did love this, and it's a single.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking I didn't recognise it, but I thought I'd seen maybe I'd just seen the artwork on Instagram saying that's brilliant.
It's
That's
good stuff.
good.
It's good. This
That
is what I
probably
mean. It's
means
so
they've got
much
an
like,
album coming as well.
oh
Or
my god, it's great. It's great. It just keeps going up and up and up. But oh yeah, no, I think what I like about it especially is that so it gets kind of heavier in the second half, but it's
yeah,
like, how do I put it? Like sometimes when a song is like a bit more chill in the first half and then gets heavier, they
yeah,
do this
it's
thing that
very
I
chill in the
hate
front bit.
where they cut it off too soon. It's like
Right,
it's chill and then it builds up and then it gets heavy for about 10 seconds and that's it. And I'm
and
like,
then it goes, yeah,
oh, this like is the perfect length for me.
balance, yeah,
And it works. It flows well as well because that's another thing you can often get is that sometimes it's like you just put two songs together. Like these don't flow into each other. In this case, it does. It works really well. Like it ramps. It's like beautiful stuff.
yeah. No, I mean they're just my heart. I just love the Wombats. I want to go to the pub with the Wombats.
Oh my god, can you imagine? That'd be
They're
great.
just
Have a drink with those guys.
oh
Also, I can't tear myself away from the lyrics, but at
oh
the
yeah,
very
hit
end, the
me.
bit that kind of loops around, fuck my sadness and fuck your roleplay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
No
yeah, yeah.
construction, I'll build it my own way. No more subscribing and no reviews. Fuck our options. Fuck the life plan. No more worry. I killed it. But I'm just like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck the sadness. Depressed boy
Fuck
says, fuck the
depression.
sadness. Fuck the life plan,
If
and I
you
like
say
that.
fuck it enough, then your depression will be cured.
I damn well hope so. But I like that because it's like in life you can get so bogged down in. I remember in my my meeting with my manager, my 1-to-1. He
Ooh.
asked the question. It's like, oh, so where do you see yourself in a few years' time?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Where do you?
yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he's like, oh, well, what are your aspirations? Where do you plan to be? How are you going to get there? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to end up working for Network Rail, and here we are. I didn't think a lot of things that were going to happen in my life were going to happen.
Ooh.
Like, I didn't necessarily plan these things. That
Yeah.
things kind of seem to happen at the right time, and I dare to take advantage of them.
I think that's a really good approach though, because you can
Yeah,
get so bogged down by like plans and timelines.
yeah. Like I have, like I have dreams and I have thoughts and I have things of what I'd like to do, but I'm not so locked into them that like I'll crumble if it doesn't happen. You know,
Can't
nothing
relate.
is. Say that again.
I said can't relate. You know, when you're like,
Amazing.
It's like when you say, "Oh yeah, no, like no, I'll be happy with a B," and you're thinking, "I want a fucking A.
Oh, of
I want
course.
a fucking A." Like,
Of course. But like it's the thing, right? Like I didn't go into university thinking I'm going to become an MP and I'm going to be Prime Minister one day. Because if that had happened, I'd be crushed right now when I realised that it's a horrible thing. Um, I don't know what I'll be doing in a few years' time. Maybe I'll be like working somewhere else or doing something different, or
yeah,
maybe this weird opportunity will appear and I'll take that and fuck knows where I'll end up. And
you're
I
gonna be
guess
my chief babysitter.
I'll be your babysitter. I mean, if you're gonna pay me enough, I'll fucking drop
Yeah,
anything. I'll drop
I'll pay
anything.
you for personal entertainment and.
Look, I'll drop any if the right offer comes along. That's all I'm saying. But like and I like that. I like not having concrete plans. I know there are things I want to do in life, but the
Yeah.
bits in between that, I don't know, and I like that.
No, that's like I mean, I I think I've said this before about being female and stuff because I know I want to have kids.
Hmm.
I've got to be so on it with
Yeah.
like, I realized that okay, I want to have kids about 27, but I want to be with my partner for like at least 5 years before that, which then means I have to
Oh, cause
meet like
started.
yeah, be with my partner by 22 and then I'm like, okay, well, I also want to have a house by then and I want to be married by then, like very fucking traditional, I know. But yeah, and then I was like, oh fuck, time's clocking on. You know, thankfully, obviously I met Pierce when I was 19, which is great. But there is other things like, you know, I knew I wanted a house before I was 30, and obviously that's very, very fucking hard to do. If you haven't got rich mummy and daddies. Nothing against rich mummy and daddies, just can't relate.
I mean, there's no way either of us can relate.
No, and yeah, so I guess like for me, I just had such a plan, and whenever something doesn't go right, it really stresses me out. Like I'm thinking, fuck, it's not going, like it's not going to the plan, and I might be a few years back or what have you. Like I think stuff like fertility with me stresses me out. I mean, if if I want to start having kids at 27, you think, okay, well, what if I have issues for 4 years or completely can't have kids or anything like that? It's just such a fuck. And career wise, I'm kind of flexible with like I know what I want to do. You know, I want to work in A&R and I want to work in the music industry, but like I'm not opposed to like running a studio or doing something slightly different as long as it's in music, I'd say.
No, I don't think it's fair enough. And like the reason I think I've had to become more open to life not go because I wasn't for a long while. Like I was kind of more rigid things, and that did not help me one bit because in my mind I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna find so. It's like things like, oh, all my friends are getting into relationships. Oh, I'll find someone soon,
Oh my
and I'll
god,
do
the
that, and I'll
pressure,
do this,
yeah.
and I'll be with them for this time. That hasn't really gone to plan. Like that's not
But
really
I
happened.
think I don't know, like I've said this to you before, I don't know, I'm agnostic, but I think life has a way of doing just what you need at the right time. Like I always think with bad stuff that's happened in the past, I was like, but if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have the life I have now. Like I wouldn't have met this person, or I wouldn't have just so many what ifs. And I think, you could say like, oh, I thought I'd be in a relationship by now, or but there's a reason you haven't. You're still like, you're probably learning something that you need to know for when you like enter a relationship or what have you. Like I always say to Pierce, I'm so glad I went through the heartbreak I did with my like first relationship, because it meant that when Pierce and I have an argument, I know now that like he's worth keep like holding on to, and he like there's that feeling. I don't know.
No, I
But
agree, and I think it like it's one of the things that when I was definitely like a few years ago, like you'd see all your friends getting into these relationships and things, you'd be like,
yeah,
fucking hell, what is wrong with me? Like, is this it now? Am I
am I
fucked
so
forevermore?
undateable?
And like,
Yeah,
like as you grow up and you mature, and I think as I became less solidly set on these things of like, I want to be in a long term relationship by the time I'm 22 or something like that. Like,
yeah,
if by taking away that kind of pressure on me, it
yeah,
has helped me feel a lot more like that. Like, well, it will happen. Things like that will happen when they're meant to happen.
yeah.
Um,
I believe.
so yeah, it's a kind of a weird thing of like, I guess I've had to learn to be less um set on a life plan because life is complex, and when life doesn't go my way, it does upset me massively. Um, and so fuck the life plan is something I
Fuck the
basically
life
have to
plan.
adopt, and I like it.
Well, in my head, like I've always, I don't know why, I've always thought with you that you might be a late start with a relationship, but I think you'll find that one person and that'll be it. You're done. You get married. Like I can't imagine you in like, it might happen. Don't get me wrong, but I can't imagine you in like several short-term relationships. I think when you find that person, there'll be a click, and then you'll be
I don't
married
think I'd be
and
very good at short-term
babies.
relationships.
No, and I think you're so um like calm and methodical that like Well, that sounded so not right. No.
I just think of all the times I've not been calm, and I was like,
I know.
I fucking rage all the time.
No, but in a relationship, I think if you had a problem with the person, your response wouldn't be to shout at them. I think you would.
No.
You would take a minute, and I think you'd be like very self-reflective, and you would approach a relationship like that. And I think because of that, because you're the man, and like you have that approach, you'll then be set. I mean, I do want you to have babies, so...
Look, okay, if, well, that's good, because I do have a, working uterus. I'm actually, I don't. I barely have a working body, full stop.
Well, you're going to be godfather for my children.
If nothing
so
else, I'll be a good godfather. But,
if
you're listening to this...
Favour.
Maybe you're listening to this and you think you're the one person for me. Hit me up. Let's go. Let's start.
Can you imagine if you actually found someone by this?
Look, you don't have to message the podcast DMs. You can just message me privately. Drop it into my DMs. Be like, Chris, I think I'm the one for you. And I'll be like, let's give it a shot. And then we'll see where it goes.
Or just donate your sperm to them and they can have babies and then give them back to you. You know?
I'm not sure I want that. I think on my own, a kid is very likely to be fucked up.
I was going to defend that. And
No,
then
no, there's no defense for that. A kid definitely needs someone else there.
They'd be very smart, though.
They'd be very smart, but they'd be fucking more miserable than I am.
Okay.
Look, if you're the one person, if you want to, do you think there's something that could happen between us? Let me know. Let me know and we'll work it out. There you go.
I feel responsible for this conversation.
That's fine. It's not going to happen. Okay? We're fine. This is never going to happen. No one is looking at me right now and thinking...
Oh, don't say that.
But if you are, hit me up.
Tap that.
Hit me up,
I mean, you'd be stupid not to.
Add me. I'm available on many platforms. Text, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. I stream, you can jump into my streams.
Oh my god.
Ladies, hit me up. Okay, good. That's got that good. I haven't said that in a while, so it's probably a good thing. Should we go back to the music thing?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
We kind of got a bit off track.
I don't know how to slip into it.
No.
Do you want to... I think you hit me with one of mine.
I'll hit you with one of yours. I'll hit you with Don't Ask Me to Change by Sophie and the Giants.
Sophie and the Giants. Oh,
I really like this. And the thing is, right, I recognise the name Sophie and the Giants. And I listened to the song and I was like, this is not who I remember Sophie and the Giants being. And now I'm not sure if I do recognise the name at all.
You definitely would have, because I mean I've been seeing them quite a few times and posted a lot about them because they're really, really sweet.
Oh, can I? Yeah, and let's be honest, right? This song is a bop. Okay, we only have bops on the World's Rights podcast. This is a bop zone.
Bop zone. I was trying to think of something funny. Bop zone works.
I think bop zone will do. This is a bop zone.
Well, I picked this song by Sophie and the Giants because it's like their B-side.
Mm-hmm.
And to which song is it? To Right Now, I think. Is it their B-side to Right Now?
Let's be honest. I'm gonna go back and listen to the other Sophie and the Giants stuff, and I'll be like, this was exactly what Sophie and the Giants was, and I've just misremembered.
Oh no, like they've been doing really well in Italy.
Really?
They released, I don't know, Purple Disco, is that their name? Purple Disco, something like that. Released a track with a DJ and it like went platinum in Italy and like did really fucking well. Like I'm looking at their streams. On Hypnotize, it got 157 million streams, and the song I sent you in this playlist has got like 30 something thousand.
That's what we like to hear.
Just like it's crazy that
it's a good thing that Spotify pays artists fairly.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Maybe there's a future episode in there. Episode 20.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't do it.
No, I'm just thinking, I mean, like, she gives me, does she give you Florence vibes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, I think if you just sat and like binged them, I mean, you'd fall in love. They're so fun live, and they're really nice people. And her voice is just like mesmerizing. It's just like a young Florence and the Machines, but there's like, it's not, you know, when you hear someone who's like trying to sing like Amy Winehouse, and you're like, oh great, we've heard it before. With Sophie, it's like something different. It's great.
And I, you know, what I like, it's like Mirror by Sigrid, but
yeah, I was gonna
more
say
badass.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love Sigrid, and I love that vibe, and it's very, like, it's wholesome, it feels good.
It's wholesome, that is the perfect word of Sigrid.
This is like Sophie and Jancis walks in, and like, it's the perfect counterpart to it. It's the
put
flip
on the
side
leather
of it.
pants.
Or
like,
they walk in, leather pants, middle fingers up, like, saying, don't tell me sweet things just because it worked on your ex. Don't buy me flowers because you think that gets you sex. Like, it's like, I'm fucking awesome. Don't just treat me like I'm another one of these people. And I was like, we like that. We love that. We love strong people.
Yeah, I think with like Sigrid, you know that she wouldn't call someone a fucking turd. Like, she's not gonna go and you can just imagine, you know, like Sophie and the Giants. They're really sweet, but if you crossed them, I can imagine them just being like, fuck off.
Please, I really hope that, oh my god, if there's a way that someone can get this, like, if Sigrid, they can get someone to listen to that clip of Sigrid. Because I really think it would be so good if someone's being an absolute dick at one of her gigs. Sigrid's just turn, make eye contact with them, and go, "You're a fucking turd." I'm like, would that not be the best thing you'd ever seen? Would that not be so good?
Yes.
Please, I cannot. I'm speaking this into the universe. If there's one thing, if it's one time that something I've said goes back to someone, you know what? Forget the love for Coldplay I have. I'm willing to never exist in the eyes of my favourite band. Please, get the message to Sigrid that she needs to call someone a fucking turd. Because I'd kill for that, man. That's
in my
amazing.
brain, I was trying to rack through like all of my connections, like who can I get on board with this?
That's fucking brilliant. And she wouldn't. There's no way that she'd
There's
say
no
that.
way.
But you know full well that Sophie would come in, like, backhand you, middle finger, you're a fucking turd. And you'd be
Okay,
like,
we'll settle for... No, joking. We'll settle for Sophie the Giant saying you're a fucking turd.
Honestly, and I love that. You know, I love both the energies. I love that I can't imagine Sigrid saying, and I love
Oh my
that
god. How about
they
do a video together? I'm calling it. Sigrid and Sophie and the Giants.
No, slow down. That just got too cool too quickly. Can you imagine? It's like the light and dark, you know? Like, you want, like, Sophie and Giants to be dressed in all black. I think they'd be a better fit with
Dua Lipa. Oh my god,
and you want Sigrid to be, like, in, like, even, like, I think she's wearing, like,
white.
a, like, pink dress or something in the, on the
album.
album.
Oh, yeah, she's wearing,
but, like, white, pink, I don't even care. Like, the Jekyll and Hyde of it all, I'd love that. Come on.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be spicy.
Hit me with that. That's a collaborate. Again,
we're claiming that idea.
Look, if you're at Sigrid, if you know a way that we can get this to Sigrid, send her this episode, okay? This is our love songs to Sigrid.
Not the whole episode, just send her the clip.
Yeah, no, actually there's bits in this episode I don't want her to hear. She'll think they're shit. But if you can send her the bits where we're telling everyone how much we love her and also how she should call someone a fucking turd, I'll die happy.
But remember Jordan McCampbell, and he's listened to the podcast and we deeply regretted. That was the first podcast, wasn't it?
Yes, that's because I said I despised him because he was too good. Not thinking that Jordan McCampbell would then listen to it and hear me say that. Imagine that.
Yeah, that was kind of a moment, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
It was when he sent me that voice message. I'm like, oh, I'm in love with you. Oh.
I never wanted to die so much in my life. But look, this song, it's good. It's the middle finger up version of Mirror, and we love that.
I'm still like, I'm about to cry because I was laughing too hard, and now I'm like trying to hold the tears in.
I'm gonna be laughing the days at the idea of Sigrid saying you're a fucking turd. Oh, please. Make it happen. Someone make it happen. Oh god, we've got to move on.
I'm never getting a job in the music industry.
Well, that's one industry which is closed off to me forever now.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's no way I'm... Like,
at least you have a job, though.
I do have a job. This is true. It's fine. If anyone says that you said it, just directs it back to me and
I'll blame you.
I'll send them that clip of me saying how Spotify don't pay their artists fairly.
It's not wrong, though, is it?
I said it again.
It's not wrong.
Oh my god, okay. It's not wrong. It's very true.
I know alone.
I know alone. Bye. Now, let's have a discussion about this.
Heim.
Nice. Like it.
I did go for the title because I thought you were gonna. I was gonna go with whatever you said.
Yeah, I could sense that, and I wasn't willing to let that happen.
Heim. I think Heim is correct because they're American, right? Or are they Canadian? They're American.
Canadian.
I should know. I feel
it's
really
gonna
bad.
be neither of them. We're gonna look so.
It's
bad.
gonna be like not. I almost said Jamaican.
Shit.
Why would be Jamaican be my go-to?
America. It's American.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Okay,
it's American. Oh. Were you scared? I felt scared.
I felt scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they're American, but then it's quite easy to get mixed up
Yeah.
with American and Canadian in my brain.
Not that we don't love you both equally. We love you as separate entities, America and Canada.
Right. Yeah.
Good, well done.
Sure.
Now, you sent me a little thing.
Yes.
I wondered if you wanted to talk about that.
So, basically, I saw you'd put this in the podcast tunes this morning, and I went, oh, that's interesting. I watched it wasn't a documentary. It was meant to be BBC Music introducing.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I struggling? BBC introducing. Why was I struggling with that?
It's concerning, really, as someone who wants to go into the music industry.
I was just like...
Be a bit like me saying, what's that mode of transport that runs on rails? Train.
Train. Yeah, so I watched this panel. It was meant to be in person, but because of COVID, it got moved online, which was great because I could watch all of them and there was no clashes.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched this and it's really interesting because they named their album Women in Music Part 3.
Yeah.
I think they put Part 3 as just like for shits and giggles, if I remember correctly. But why they named it Women in Music was because they were just so fed up all the time of people saying, oh, so what's in interviews saying, so what's it like being a woman in music? And they were like, it's a great, conversation to have, but when you do it every fucking interview, it ends up taking away from our music and the quality of it. And the way she said it was so cutting. She was like, just stop fucking asking us all the time. There's other women in music, like, come on. And so they named it as a bit of a fuck you, I think, for the album.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was really interesting that I'd seen that, and I wrote a little bit about them for one of my projects. So yeah,
they're a very cool band. I've known, they've been around for a while. But I always love their like style. It's very I guess like if you were gonna try and categorize it, maybe go like electro pop kind of thing. Like it's a weird view, but I can't really categorize it. It's like its own thing. I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah.
Now, so they were actually the sets before Coldplay, so to speak, in the in Glastonbury.
Makes sense.
And this song was the one that I heard.
Oh,
and I was just like, this is so good, because in my mind, it was written like because of COVID or something, like being alone, not meeting friends, like nights turning into days.
Before COVID, wasn't it?
It was before COVID. It was before COVID. It just kind of like weirdly caught that moment. And I was just like, damn, I love it when that happens, when it like life imitates art kind of thing. Like, it's weird how the coincidence happens. But I think they're really good, and I just looked it up. It wasn't like there was a Women in Music Part 2 or anything. I think you're right. I think Part 3 was just there because why not?
I think they just thought, why not? It sounds funny.
And
like,
it does. It kind of adds to it because it's a bit like
it
it's
makes it comical, doesn't it?
it does. It's like you're presenting them as if they're some kind of like some series. Like
Yeah.
I think so. They've had 3 albums, so it's a bit like, hey, it's
This
the
is
Women in
album
Music
3.
back again, 3rd album. I think you're right. I think you're right about
Aw.
what you said about it being very focused that they are like a female band, they're women in music and stuff.
I think they're playing guitars and shit. Is like that's why there's so much focus on them, because it's like,
it's still like some kind of weird
guitarist.
novelty in the like mainstream music industry.
Oh my god! And like what I do with the band is I'll hashtag female guitarist, because it's at the point where it's a separate thing, and actually, you end up on a community then of other women in music, and it's like a safe side of the internet.
I think that's the thing.
Ridiculous.
It's still rare enough in the top, in like big bands that make it through, or big groups that make it through, for to see a woman playing a guitar, right? Like that's still enough of a novelty that it's shock to us. Now it's obviously not true. I'm willing to bet that there's plenty of female guitarists and bassists and drummers out there. I don't think it's anywhere near as rare as it seems to be. But so like it obviously needs to be more normalized. But I also think it's good that it's nice to have that kind of safe space almost to, because I guess not obviously not being a female musician, but it's like a community kind of thing, right? Like I know we talked before about girl gang music and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be good to like put female musician on there and know that you can discover other female musicians doing the same thing, and they can discover you, and you can support each other and grow and normalize it, I guess, is the outcome. Like,
yeah, and like I think there's a part where you make an active decision. So when Toffees split up last year, I was like, okay, so I need to look for a new guitarist and a drummer. And we had a conversation, and I had a conversation with Piers, and I was like, we had a bunch of guys really wanting to play guitar in the band, and because we had a lead female guitarist, Rachel, beforehand, it felt like we would be going backwards. And then we found Abby, which, I mean, she's in St Albans, absolutely amazing.
Oh my god, yes.
And such a technical, like, she's so good technically. Oh no, she's gonna be listening to this now.
I have seen a couple of her later clips, and I think she did an Insta takeover, right, of the Toffees account. Very cool, very cool. Can't wait to see live, because
I'm really excited for the band to perform live. I think it'll be really good experience for them all to like mesh on stage, because at the moment we've just been practicing the rehearsal room, which is very cramped, so it'd be good to get them out and about. And it was crazy, because then we went from struggling to find. The other thing was we were finding female guitarists, but they're either too far away, or they just didn't have enough experience in like performing and stuff. And obviously we're not at that stage. We're not like a school band, we played Isle of Wight, like Camden Rocks, Penfest, all of these places. We needed
pretty cool band, Toffees. You should check them out.
Yeah, promoting the band.
That's the Toffees.
Not the Toffees. Don't do that, you prick. People go, I can't find you on Spotify. I was like, yeah, it's Toffees, not the Toffees.
The Toffees. Official Toffees. That's what you need to search
Maybe I
for.
should do band t-shirts with the Toffees, but actually, no, it'd go down so badly. But it'd just be like a little inside joke between
us. It's the official UK Toffees.
Do you know how many festivals put the Toffees?
That's what you need to search for. If you haven't heard them, go check out the UK official Toffees.
Maybe I should start calling Piers Nolan for his solo stuff.
And you called him Piers the Nolan. Piers the Nolan music.
Honestly, just like, you know, with the guitar side of stuff, I mean, we made the active decision to have a female guitarist, and it's worked wonderfully.
It's worked wonderfully. I love Wonderlily.
I just think that it needs to be happening more. We need to see more, you know, more females up on stage, and
For sure.
yeah,
For sure.
was just to summarise that a little bit.
No.
I think we only have one song left, and
yeah, we do.
I don't have too much to say about it because I think I've mentioned him in one of our previous podcasts.
We have.
Yeah. So
I like it. I always love the, like, when a song starts and it's not like. So it starts and the chord he first plays is like a little bit
dissonant.
Dissonant. That's the word. I always love that. It gives me that, like, kind of feel of, oh, this is gonna go somewhere good. I don't know why. I think it's just like...
it did go somewhere good, so...
It just gives you that kind of feeling of this is someone who... Because it's not like an accidental thing. It's not like someone's just made a noise on a guitar and then got it on Spotify. Like, this is a musician who knows what they're doing, who knows what sound they're making, and knows that it's not a clean, standard, you know, chord where everything works together. But it's a good song. It doesn't feel very long. It's like 3 minutes, but it doesn't feel like 3 minutes.
No, it doesn't. No, I agree with you there. It goes quite quickly, and I got mildly distracted because a French stick just came flying through the air and snapped in half.
I mean, that's fair enough.
That's quite a normal thing to happen on this podcast. But anyway, now it fell over on the floor. Brilliant. I'm just gonna ignore that.
Perfect. Pippin's gonna devour it.
That's what I'm worried about. To be honest, with Peter McPoland? Is that how you'd say his name?
How else would you say it?
I don't know, but McPoland is quite a weird last name. Like, not bad weird, just it's unusual. Oh, fuck. It's all going wrong. If I'm honest, it's all going wrong.
Oh, there's gonna be some great clips this week.
I just pulled my headphones out of the fucking socket.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Trying to pick up the French stick that had fallen on the floor.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to this edit. I'm not gonna lie. There's some good weirdo. Shit coming through this.
You're the only person I know actually who really enjoys editing. You freak. I
am a weirdo. And if you like weirdos and think that you're the person for this weirdo, hit me up. DMs. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook.
Oh my god. Please
I'm going to keep trying. One day it's going to work out for me.
One day, we'll just sell your soul to Tinder or something. Tried
that, didn't work. Lol.
I don't know if we're going to end this. With Peter McPoland, I'm just obsessed with his voice. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got such a, I don't know, folky, comforting voice.
Yeah, definitely.
That's very unique. You could pick his voice out of anywhere, and he plays with such energy. I've seen him just himself, acoustic guitar, and it's like absolutely captivating. A bit of a Jordan McCampa moment. Not quite Jordan McCampa level, because he is the elitist of the elite. That sounds like a bad thing. Anyway, yeah, that's my 2 pence. Two cents.
I know, I like your 2 pence. I like that.
2 pence.
I like
What's wrong with me?
I like that. No, I like. So, I liked about the lyrics was the it was a bit just like. It was basically like hey, here are the things that are fucking wrong with the world in 2021. Like,
yeah,
fires in the West, lies on the movie sets, the mouths unfed. I've seen you publish all the lies. How can you stomach all the dying world? And it was just like, oh shit, there's a lot wrong with the world, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot fucking wrong with it, and it's not
but
necessarily.
But then, why is it such a nice, comforting song though? It's just not.
It happens. I I weirdly like it when you take a song and you make it sound lovely, and what you're singing, like the actual lyrical content, is doesn't match that.
Yeah.
I think that's a skill. I think that's always a skit. And like to not make it obvious that, you know, you're making it sound happy and the lyrics actually say this world is doomed and we're all going to die. It's pretty good. It appeals to everyone. It appeals to people who just listen and bop, and it appeals to weird freaks who love editing and analyze everything.
We stand those freaks.
We do. I have to.
Sorry, I'm just putting funny faces.
No, it's alright. I mean, it seems like the perfect end to this podcast.
Yeah, perfect end. Thank you.
What's
it's
happened
very
to
nice
you this
day.
week?
To be fair, I've not like zoned out and struggled so much with like talking, which is great.
You've not zoned out.
Words.
You've struggled in virtually every other way possible.
I realised I left my recording going for like an hour, so it's going to be a bitch to transfer.
Oh, good. Well, let's just add another thing to the mix.
Add another thing.
Jeez.
I did split the first 2 ones up, so hopefully it won't be horrible. But
Can I leave you with a passing thought that it comes from a conversation me and Piers had the other day.
Oh god.
So let me read you the messages. So Piers said, "Watch this space." I said, "If it's a space where you are, I'll always be watching." He said,
no.
"Oh, you cheeky minx, you."
Oh dear. The fact you didn't even tell me about this conversation is the more concerning part.
I wouldn't be worried about it. It's basically fine.
Yeah, that's what you would say, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine.
And on that note, farewell. This is the end of the partnership.
This is it. The podcast's over. We got to episode 16. It's more than anyone thought we ever would.
The friendship is over. My relationship is over. The dog is alive, but only just.
Only just. The French stick gonna be gone soon.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm gonna give Pierce that part of the breadstick that's been on the floor like 3 times.
Thank you for sticking around through the bad times and the good. And we'll see you in the next episode.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.